What's good? What's up, everybody? It's your girl vibing with Net Style. And what's up, my nesters? Coming on today to do um today's news and other trending topics. So let's get right off into it. This video is brought to you by me, vibing with Net. Until I get those good sponsors. So y'all don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. Hit that post notification bell so that when we upload, you know that we have done so. You know that I have done so. So let's get off into the news. Top news today is, well, let's go back to one something that came up on my feed on Instagram, on IG Live, how y'all see it on IG, was this man who is a bus driver, who is not of our skin color. He is Caucasian. So we're gonna give the right definition to him. And the bus driver was, the whole story goes like this is what I got from the video. Because here we can't post those videos. Not even to react to them. So I'm going to give you my account. But it is floating around on your local IG channel. If you follow Stars, they posted it. The bus driver was a Caucasian man. And it was Caucasian little elementary kids and little black kids on the bus. Okay, this is what I gather from the whole situation. I gather he was trying to get the kids in order, and he's an older. He's not just a Caucasian man. He's a man old enough to be my father, your father. Could have been in his early, or let's say late 60s, maybe 70s, early 80s. So between 60 and 80, I'd say 60, let's say 68. No, let's give him 69 because I've seen warts. Let's give him 69 to 80-ish, you know. And first of all, why are you driving buses? You should be at home with your 80 or your 60 to 80 something year old wife, or if you have a young wife, I don't know. But you should be at home with your wife. I'm just saying. I mean, I seen aggression. I seen him shove. I seen him yank the little girl's brother. And she said, "Hey, stop. What are you doing?" At that point, he tells her to get to the back of the bus. You could see she was a taken back. Because I would have been a taken back if someone old enough to be my grandfather, great grandfather, told me to get to the back of the bus. Well, he has since been arrested and fired from the school district. But it's sad. My thing is, it's sad that our kids have to endure this kind of thing. See, this is why I tell my daughter, and vibing with Lex is coming. because she has her opinions too. And so do my queen friends. Now, see, I feel like he shouldn't have been. I feel like somebody knew that this man was like this. Um, it was very prejudiced. The statement was very prejudiced. And had Rosa Parks had been on that bus, she'd have probably got up and done something. Let's just keep it real. In today's society, if you would look and see these kids, you would think that while she was taken back, had she attacked him for attacking her brother, she would have been in the wrong. But I'm so glad she didn't. The only thing I seen her do was scream at him. What are you doing? Stop. You're hurting him. So, for me, I'm looking at this situation as if it was my kids or my grandkids. Because my daughter knew. You come home and you tell your grandparents, you tell your mother, you let somebody of age know what's going on. Because my daddy wouldn't agree with it neither. When I look at the video, I see traumatized kids. Not only were the two involved traumatized, hurt, misunderstood, the kids. Because I think I heard a little white girl say, Mr. James, or whatever his name was. Mr. James, stop. No. Kids know when you wrong. They know when grown people are wrong. And he was wrong. But he kept yanking, pushing. He shoved that little girl. That's assault. Let somebody. That's the reason why I say, I have grandkids now. Granddaughters. Had a grown man his age and size. I don't care. He would have had to meet me all disabled parts of me. He would have had to step to me like that. Push me like that. Push me. Because I guarantee you put your hands on me, you going to jail. It's just ridiculous. Put your hands on me. We the same. Elderly and disabled. Let's get it in. I don't appreciate it. I don't want to make it a race thing. I don't want to make it an old man, young person thing. I just want to say it's a human thing. It's a human thing when you got to go and put your hands on a child that's between 7 and 9 years old. Fight a person that's right up there in your league. Push me, shove me. It's ridiculous. And we can't say he wasn't in his right mind. He knew what the hell he was doing when he pushed that girl. When he yanked that young fella. Now, yeah, if it was my grandkids, I'd be saying the same thing, guys. Comment down below what you would have done had a bus driver put their hands on your child or grandchild. Let's just keep it real, my nesters, in these comments. Because at the end of the day, I feel like they did the right thing, but we still need to use our platforms to stand on something. I don't like bullying. I think that was very bullying. I think what he did was a bullying tactic, was to shove the young lady and then tell her to get to the back of the bus. Now, why you yanking on my little brother? Who are you? And at this point, he wasn't even a he wasn't even an authority figure to me. He was never even an authority figure. Once he would have shoved me, I probably would have forgot he was an authority figure. Let's just keep it real on that. You know, because I would have lost all. You shoving me, you yanking my brother around. Nah. And then this little girl right here saying stop, Mr. James. Oh, yeah. And you acting up in front of these kids like, oh no. See, y'all comment down below what you guys would have done, my nesters. I mean, it's sad that we cannot use our platform. We can react to videos, but we can't have any sound. Um, they really don't like when it has to do with kids, and I've learned my lesson on that from my last uh channel, my reaction channel. I'm learning different things, different techniques to do that I'm seeing different YouTubers do now. That's the reason why I said, sometimes we have to go back to the drawing board, because certain things on here you cannot do. And and then you got other YouTubers, they want to copyright their stuff. It's a video. These supposed to be You're supposed to be teaching. These are supposed to be teaching. Some videos should be teaching videos. I'm not going to copyright mine unless I get very, very professional down the line, like a lot of these are. I'm not saying copyright to. I'm not gonna report you if you use my video. I'm just not. That's just not me. But going back to what I said, I just hope that I hope that the older gentleman, he reflects on what he did to those kids, to me, because it's ridiculous. It's wrong. Um. So yeah. So that being said, y'all comment down below what y'all would have done if it was your child or your grandparent, or you being a grandparent and you seeing that, an older gentleman of his age range. Like I said, he could have been between 69 and his 80 something years. Um, but I really think he was between 70 and 80. Um, I'm being generous, but I've seen the warts and I've seen this man, and he looked at all a bit of 75 to 80. And I think he should have been not, put in that position. But comment down below. Let's talk about it in these comments. Do you think I'm wrong, for how I feel? I mean, I might be, able to get some kind of clarity, but I don't think I'm wrong for saying what I'm saying, because I think he was absolutely wrong. So moving on to our next trending topic, they've been talking about Ludacris's manager out in Atlanta. Here's my thing. I got the chance to listen to the. I got a chance to listen to the press conference this morning. And from what I heard, it was an altercation. Chaka Zulu went outside to greet a surprise guest, and the young man, Travell, whatever his name is, Mr. Travell, that's all I can remember of his name. I think it was Morton, approached him, chest bumped him, and he began to reach for his gun. Well, Chaka, instead of reaching for his firearm, which he is licensed to carry, because he is Ludacris's manager, and if he's gonna be be with Ludacris, and people gonna roll up on him instead of Ludacris carrying the gun, he carries the gun. Maybe Ludacris does carry a gun. We don't know that. But if Luda doesn't have his gun, then somebody in his entourage has to have a weapon, whether it be a knife, a gun, mace, whatever. Same thing that the police has. Now, he did not pull said gun that is licensed. He actually tried to de-escalate the situation. The videos that are going around on TMZ or whatever they were saying, it shows you, clearly shows you. I have not seen the videos, but I do believe, I'm looking at this man. He's 52 years old. Why would he want to shoot a 23-year-old person that he probably has a child the same age? So he summons for his boys to come help, and they end up beating the Pope out of Chaka. Chaka gets away, somehow wrestles away, pulls his gun. As he's running, they shoot him in the back. So at this point, what do? You stand your ground. You defend yourself. So why did the Atlanta APD, Atlanta Police Department, why are they trying him for murder? Then people on Facebook Live saying, well, they said it was a different. No, he came out, he said it again. He said, when we get the video released, we will be able to show you. Without a shadow of a doubt, this man should not be prosecuted for murder. Now, in Florida, they have a stand your ground. But the laws are interpreted differently in Atlanta. Atlanta is such a prejudiced part of the country, just like Dallas, Texas is, just like Texas. That's why you see a lot of these places going all the way blue. This last time we did presidential election, Dallas got together and we all was together. We was in sync. Now the places around Dallas, and Dallas is a lot of people. But when you see Dallas blue and you see the surrounding people that are, and a lot of them were red countries, that's where the Caucasian people are. And you got some black people that are red too. I'm not a red person. I've always been Democratic. My family was Democratic. My brother is not. I don't. I love my brother. I don't know why. But if my mother was here, she would ask him why. My father would ask him why. My brother would ask him why, who are no longer with us. So, but we have always been a Democratic family. Now, that being said, they Chaka's lawyers, his lawyer camp, said they want to make this political because of his name. His name is Chaka Zulu. I can't not pronounce his given name because he is African. But as long as I've been knowing Luda, I've been knowing Chaka in the music industry, from the music industry. I've never heard Chaka in any kind of trouble. I've never heard this man. I've only heard his name behind good things. Now, if someone came and tried to hurt this man, I would say that they were jealous because who he was, his celebrity, because who he manages, and they tried him. And the young man lost his life. I'm sorry. I think that we need to go and reinterpret these laws and discuss these laws. It's just so much going on in this world that we don't even know. It's been said that um it's been said that we doing too much. You know what I'm saying? As far as Black Lives Matter, as far as, doing the little marches or protesting or whatever. Listen, I don't believe this man took that man's life intentionally. I think it was self-defense. I feel like, I don't know. I just don't feel, and we could be wrong. We could be wrong. He might have had hit. I don't think I personally don't think that he was trying to kill someone. I think he would have de-escalated the situation like he was trying to, and the man got away from him, and his crew jumped Shaka Zulu. They were gonna try to kill him. From what the lawyers are saying, if you're looking at the video, a fighting suit, they tried to say, oh, well, he knew the people. No, he didn't know. Then they tried to put him with the guys the young rappers that's facing RICO charges. What? This man is a whole philanthropist out here. What? Yeah, y'all. Comment down below. We have a lot. We have a lot to talk about in these comments. I'm just I'm baffled by these two cases, and yeah, I just don't understand it. And let's talk about Kadeem Hardison, Class Act, and Jasmine. Kadeem Hardison, Dwayne Wayne, and Jasmine Guy Wheatley. Class Act on yesterday's. Go look at that video that they dropped yesterday morning. The Breakfast Club. They were on there and they were doing a press junket, and they talked about a lot of things. And I'm going to point out some things that they talked about, and I want y'all to comment down below what y'all feel about what they said when they start, because, they celebrating, I think, 20 something odd years of a different world. So 25 years or 23 years. But uh she started out how they met. They were already friends. They had did School Days. Yeah, and y'all youngsters, go look at School Days. If you haven't seen it, if you don't know what it is, look it up. It's School Days. It's SKOOLDAZE. Um, it stars Kadeem Hardison, Jasmine Guy, uh, Lawrence Fishburne, young they were so young when they did that video. Back in the day, they we rocked curls, um, straighten our hair. Um, the movie was good. It was good, good, good. It showed a lot of the '80s culture. Um, yeah, and it depicted a college. Um, it dealt with hazing. Um, who else was in it? The director was Spike Lee. He was in the movie. Um, I can't remember Lawrence Fishburne's girlfriend. But the movie was so good. That's one of the movies that I watch a lot too. I watch School Days, Crush Groove, New Jack City. I've seen those movies so much. Um, but definitely go out if you haven't seen School Days. Go out, get it this weekend. Look it up on YouTube. Uh, it only costs you, I think, $2.99 or three. If it costs anything, go look up Crush Groove, because it's gonna show you the origins of our first fathers of rap. Um, but yeah, so uh, and so does New Jack City. Those are some pretty good movies to go and pick up, and we might even discuss them. I got some books that I need to get to reading so we can do our book club on this channel also. So, but yeah, that's just side notes. What we need to be doing, because we're gonna get more off into a lot of different topics too. Um. Uh. So they were on yesterday and they were talking about School Days and how they met, and having relationships with uh people on the show, or Jasmine has had her relationship outside, her boyfriend outside of the show, and he was with Dwayne was with Carice Summer, and a lot of people didn't know that. And I think Daryl Bell and Tempest Bledsoe, they're still together. Um, we They talked about Lisa Bonet, and what happened with her, and just to name a few things. Um, and what they wanted out of the show. I think Dwayne said he wanted, Yee asked him, how would have wanted the show to go? And Yee said, I mean, Kadeem said, my idea of the show would have been to keep it going. Another class comes in behind our class, to keep it going, and it still could have been keeping it going into now. We have grownish now, but we don't have it where there are black kids on an HBCU. Um, and I think Envy pointed out that's the reason why he wanted to go to school, was watching um them go to Spelman because everybody thought Spelman was a real college. No, Hillman was a real college, but it was based on Spelman. It was loosely, and it was, if I'm mistaken, it was loosely based on school days also. Because Jasmine and Kadeem came from school days. So it really was loosely based on that, but it was also based around originally based behind Lisa Bonet leaving home from the Cosby Show in New York to come to an HBCU. She chose Hillman because her grandparents and her father and her mother went to Hillman, so that's where she wanted to go. Well, it was said, Jasmine said they didn't like the way that she was being treated. And Lisa had to get security on the set because of the way they were treating her, making her do these lines or say them the way they want her to say it, and they were up in her face. And Jasmine said she wanted to leave. She actually tendered her resignation letter and everything, and they told her she signed a contract for 7 years, so she couldn't go. So, at this point they break out the bubbly, they get to celebrating, and I guess, Charlemagne said, why did y'all get Miss Goddess cheap wine? Y'all know she don't do cheap. So she said, that's okay, baby. I'll drink it. And Kadeem doesn't drink at all because he has a bad stomach or something. But he took a sip. And he said, I know this going to make my stomach hurt. But he did. He took a little sip. But, it was a lot of things that I did not know that was going on behind the scenes. So, Lisa Bonet ended up leaving because she got pregnant. But the powers that be, and we was always told Cosby didn't want her. I'm sorry, guys. Cosby did not want her on the show, and they didn't want to do a pregnant college student yet. Back then we couldn't do all the things that we do now on TV. And that's something that I'm going to talk about after this. Miss Pat said that too, of the Miss Pat show. Y'all know her. She's on BET. But she said, a lot of things that they didn't like for us to do back in the day, they wouldn't allow that back in the 80s, the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s. Early 90s. You could just now say the B word, the bitch word. They started out doing the bitch word because it was already in songs and stuff like that. But they started out with the B word. You never could say the HO word. You couldn't kiss. Henceforth, if you see a lot of 227, you see that was a wholesome girl and a wholesome guy. And, Brenda and Calvin never got together sexually because they was not going to let that happen, back in the 80s. And even when she came over, when she went over to do movies, they let her loose. They let Brenda loose. Brenda got loose on Menace to Society. She got loose. She could wear tight clothes. short mini dresses, braids. They gave her braids. They gave her a reason to say what she said. What up, nigga? You know, that's one of my all time favorite lines when she says that. But um and she says a lot of other stuff too in Minister Society, but uh that one just makes me laugh. It cringe. It makes me cringe because when she says it, and then when she's in the backyard boogie the party, and she tells Nia Long, uh, she say, "Do he got a girlfriend?" And this is just a side note to what I'm saying. And Nia says, "Yes." And then she pauses and she laughs, and she said, he look good. You better watch him. Somebody might steal him." So that that right there, that it makes me think that we have come so far. We really have. We've come so far in what we do and how we do things. I just, to me, I feel like, comment down below if you understand where I'm going with this, because a lot of things that we were not able to do back then, we're able to do now. And I think Jasmine was saying that had they to let them do and not gave them any flack about the riots, Denise wanting, getting pregnant and having to go back home, that shouldn't have never been. What else? They got in trouble for a lot of stuff on NBC that they shouldn't have done. And that was the demise of that show. The date rape, the abuse that Ajay Sanders was faced with her boyfriend. And when Pac came and Pac said that Jada had changed, she wasn't the homie, and she was changing, and those are the kind of things that we want to see now. I know my daughter was saying, "Mama, it's a lot of stuff that we can get off in, that they could be getting off into now, that it will win them awards." And I did not even know that Different World never got invited to the Emmys. And they had a number 2 show. Sometimes number 1. And then they put them up against Martin. You don't put 2 number 1 shows at the same time slot. One is going to cancel out the other one. So they had to end the show the way they did. And I hope that we get enough. And we get Debbie. Debbie's been working for a long time. But I hope that, Bill comes out for that show, sells the rights to it, and let us go and let us come back in, bring it back in, and bring it back in as it was, but better. Because that should have been an Emmy-nominated show. I just don't get why it was not nominated and why they were not invited to the Emmys, that whole ensemble. Because that show was hella funny. So, y'all comment down below how y'all feel about some of the things that, and go, if you haven't looked at the Breakfast Club show. Go look at it, critique it, come back here in the comments. Let's talk about it. Let's get down with it. I enjoy doing um these sit downs. Honest to goodness, I'm coming back on. I'm gonna drop another video if I see any um breaking news. I'm gonna come and okay. So I did say I was gonna say something about Miss Pat's show. Miss Pat was she was saying the same things, a lot of things that she's saying in her show. Now we getting that. We getting that back in black sitcoms, but we getting it now. But I wanted to do it with a different world because they brought a different aspect to it, and it was college kids telling us, you know, uh, Miss Pat show is just a straight comedian. She 50 years old, and she could have reminded me of my mama back in the day, a straight shooter. So I'm loving that she's trending. I'm loving that she nominated for an Emmy. Shout out to Miss Pat. Y'all, I dig her. I dig her show. I'm going to start critiquing it. We're going to start going over it. That we're going to start doing Bold and the Beautiful. I think I'm going to come back and do Bold and the Beautiful. And then yeah, we're gonna come. I'm a critique Bold and the Beautiful. I'm gonna break that down, and I think I'm gonna get back into watching Young and the Restless. Uh, and it's a lot of other shows that I want to do. I don't want to do the typical shows that everybody's doing now. Yeah, I don't want to do the typical shows. I want to do other shows that interest me and that have meaning. So, we gon' y'all get down in the comments. Y'all comment about the bus driver. Comment about Jasmine and Kadeem doing the show, doing the Breakfast Club, and y'all go watch it and we can critique it and talk about it in the comments. Let's talk about the Miss Pat show. Yeah. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. Hit that post notification bell so that when I upload, you know that I have done so. Guys, I'm trying to get 1,000 subscribers so I can get monetized. I'm trying to get 4,000 views so I can get monetized. I need those two things. So, share my videos. I may be a disabled 46-year-old woman, but I'm loving what I'm doing. And I'm appreciating and I'm learning. So, help a sister out. Help a sister get paid. My nesters. And we're gonna come with some more content. Like I said, we're going to do book reviews. I have the Robert Crawford book. I have the Bobby Brown book. I have the Rick Ross book. We're going to be doing some good book reviews. I'm going to be bringing excerpts. I'm going to be bringing receipts. I'm going to be doing it all. So, yeah, let's get down to it. Let's like, comment, subscribe, share. Don't forget to hit that post notification bell so that when I upload, you know that I have done so. Let's get it, nesters. Let's get it. Let's get it. Again, I'm needing your help. I'm on a mission to get 1,000 viewers. I need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 views. So let's get it. Let's go. Peace, my nesters.